everyone, it's Laurie from Quick Scrap Craft, and today I've got part 8 of my Scrapbook and Cards Today Inspiration series. This happens every other Thursday, and I hope that you, if you haven't subscribed yet, that you do subscribe so that you can take part in all of these series videos. I also have a playlist on the YouTube channel so you can see what has been inspiring me from the Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine over the past couple weeks. So for this one, I'm doing a scrap lift of a layout by Kathy Leicht Gregg. I think I said her name right. It seems German. Leicht. I'm a little spotty on my German. It's been a while, but I really enjoyed the layout because number one, it's a way to get multiple photos on one page, and it also just had a nice, clean grid design to it that I thought would be really cool. And I had some photos that seemed like they would be just right for this because I had them printed out in 3x4 size from Persnickety Prints. And so they kind of lent themselves well to a layout that sort of like this. I think Kathy used probably smaller photos, maybe like 2x3 size photos, because she actually had two backings, or it could have been two backings. Maybe she had the photos printed with a white border, but it looks like they're backed with white and then backed with a pattern paper on top of that. So the photos are probably much smaller. She had 4 photos going across the top and 4 going across the bottom, and then 2 in the middle. One was larger than the other one in the middle, as well as a space for journaling. So I didn't do it exactly the same way as her, but I did, take her style, take her design, and make it fit with what I had. So I started off with a nice wood grain from Simple Stories, which might be the same one that Kathy actually used in her layout. I'm not sure. I'm looking to see what her design, her supply list was to see. Oh no, her pattern paper, it says Echo Park and October Afternoon, but it looks very similar. So mine is a Simple Stories wood grain from like a wood grain paper pack or something. So I use that as the background, and then I had already cut out a bunch of 3x4 cardstocks and pattern papers. I just have them in like a bin, and anytime I need to like mat a photo or something, I just reach for those papers that are already pre-cut. I think I did a video about that where I kind of talked to you guys through what my thought process was for that. So I grabbed that whole stack and I chose colors that were yellow, red, and brown because these photos of our time at the Paula Deen Lumberjack feud, the signage was like red and yellow, and then I liked the brown because it kind of went with the wood grain and like logs. There was a lot of stuff with logs, chopping logs, sawing logs, running on logs, jumping on logs. Paula Deen was not there. She was not battling the lumberjacks with a stick of butter, but that would have been really cool. So yeah. So anyway, I took my 3x4 photos and I cut them down a little bit because I needed the 3x4 cardstock to be a mat for the photo. So I need to be able to see that behind the photo. So I think I took like a 1/4 inch off each side of the photos. So do the math, whatever it ends up the photo size being if you take 1/4 off each side of a 3x4 photo. I don't know. And then I kind of lined them all up at the top there. And then my title, so she had like little leaves going off the side at the top row. I decided to do my title there. So I'm really changing up the spirit of her layout is there, but I'm really changing up the design a little bit, just to go with what I have. And you can see I'm kind of playing around here. She has some like strips of paper that she added between the top and middle rows, and I definitely wanted to do that. So I took a piece of branding strip from a Simple Stories paper from the Lemon Twist collection. And I'm going to add that a little bit on one side and then bring it down to the other side on the bottom in just a second. But anyway, my title up at the top is actually a combination of a tag from, I think, Pretty Little Studio, and then a flare button from, I don't remember, but those pieces are from my Not Just for Boys Kit Club kit, which I had a haul video for yesterday. And then the title is American Craft Stickers. So I loved that, oh yeah, and then there was like a gold arrow. I think it really gives a lot of great movement, especially for photos where there is a lot of movement going on in them. And you will thank me. There was a lot of cutting and a lot of adhering for this layout. So I did cut out a lot of that, but I'm just kind of showing you a little taste of what I was doing, how I was cutting the photos. I was cutting photos so quickly, I'm surprised I didn't cut them down to the wrong size. I did not make any mistakes, so that's really good. I also have another little tabby thing, yellow tab that came from the Pretty Little Studio pack that I'm putting next to that horizontal photo there on the brown matting. And I also switched out some of the mats. So the red one at the very bottom, it was a little too maroon, so I chose a more, traditional red to go with the other reds that I had already picked out. And then I didn't like that there was so much brown matting, brown cardstock, so I chose another yellow one. And I'll bring brown back in to mat my journaling spot. But I'm doing another little tag, so there's a big tab on top and a little tab underneath there. And I'm, again, changing up the design a little bit. So I'm doing 3 horizontal photos, whereas Kathy only did 2. I liked her sort of staggering of the photos in the middle, the horizontal photos in the middle. So I've staggered mine as well. The brown one goes under the paper strip, and then the red one is next to the paper strip. So I like the way that looks. I've got those stuck down now. I'm going to cut that little edge off and bring that back around to the bottom there. And that space that is being created between the top row and that small paper strip is actually where I'm going to put my journaling. So we'll get to all that in a second. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or anything you want me to know, questions about the products I'm using, about what I'm doing, or if you just want to say hi, leave that in the comments below. And also let me know, see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 photos on one page. I think that might be some kind of record for me. Let me know how many photos you have got, the most photos you've gotten on a single page layout in the comments below. I would love to, and that's not using Project Life or Pocket Pages, okay? Just regular scrapbooking, no Pocket Pages. Let me know the most photos in the comments below. I don't know. There might be a prize. There probably won't be. I'll just give you 50 points for Gryffindor. So now I just have to figure out how to do some more embellishments. And I didn't have many embellishments that I thought were going to be a great fit for this sort of theme. I didn't want to use up too many of the embellishments that came in my Not Just for Boys kit because I wanted to use them with all the other pattern papers and for other layouts. So I had this old Not Just for Boys Kit Club sequin mix, and it had some yellows, wood grains, and a light, sort of like a bluey gray. So I decided to add some sequins here, and I won't make you watch me hear them, but I am using Zot's Bling. They are super tiny, perfect for sequins, although the wood grain sequins do not like the glue dots very well. So that's always a little bit of a struggle. But I am going to add some little sequins here, and then I'm going to take that American Crafts phrase page because it has so many other great, that gold little swirl thing there. It's got so many other great little embellishments, symbols, things like that, the arrows. So I'm definitely going to be adding more of those into the rest of the layout. But first I have to do the journaling. So I'm making my own journaling spot because I didn't really have anything that would fit, pre-made. So I'm just taking some white 2x3 cardstock, and I'm going to stick it to the brown cardstock there. And the 2x3 square is something else that I already had pre-cut in my paper bin, so it's really easy to find. I'm just cutting it all down, and I'm going to have it kind of peeking in on the side there. So I'm only going to adhere one side down because I have to cut off the edge of it. And I'm going to try to get it to fit underneath that little gold squiggle there, so that it's the spacing between boxes is okay, is not crazy. I didn't want anything to look cluttered or crowded, and I wanted it to line up with the paper strip that's right below it. So I've got to cut that part off, and then I can adhere down the edge and write my journaling and all about our experience at the Paula Deen's lumberjack feud in Tennessee. Definitely she's trying to compete with Dolly Parton. I know I did another layout where I had some photos, a photo of me and a photo of me with a Paula Deen cardboard cutout. Paula, you are not Dolly, and you never will be. However, why didn't we go do the Dolly Parton show? I don't know. It wasn't on Groupon. This was, and it was an outdoor thing. This was still kind of COVID-y time. My husband and I were both vaccinated, but there were no kid vaccines yet. So when we did this little road trip, we were trying to do stuff that was outside, where we could safely distance from other people. And so Dolly's show is actually an inside dinner theater show. So next time that I am in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, or in that area, I definitely want to do all the Dolly stuff. And I would love to go back because I really enjoyed the Smoky Mountains and Gatlinburg. But I would definitely love to go back maybe when it's not, maybe once all the COVID germs go away. So anyway, that is about it for this layout, I think. The close-ups are going to follow and give you some more, close-up detail, and you can see a little bit closer some of the pictures. There's one of my daughter at the bottom. It's like a photo op, so her head barely fits over this like cutout of a lumberjack. She's like peeking out through it. So I thought that was really funny, and I like that it's sort of in the center at the bottom, so it really grabs your eye. It's not something I didn't want it to be off to the side. I really wanted that to be kind of front and center, since it's actually got a person in it that we know, as opposed to just like the lumberjacks doing the show. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, you guys, and I hope that this series has been inspiring for you. If you've picked up the winter issue of SCT, let me know what it's like. I haven't gotten it yet. I really need it. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Click subscribe and the like button. Bye!